my dearest sentient beings. It is me, Chelsea Rose, also known as Lucid Rose. I have some watercolor paintings I just recently finished, and I happened to capture them, the whole process on camera. So I'm about to show you some sped up footage of me doing some watercolor paintings. The watercolor paintings are based on two sketches. One is a fairly recent sketch called Swarm, and another is called Lady Merwolf Sings the Blues. And it was a Drawloween sketch from a couple years ago that I just decided I wanted to do something with one day, so I did some watercolor. So before we delve straight into the footage that I caught of the process, I just go over real quick some of the supplies that I was using. I've been working with a Grumbacher watercolor set that I got from the local art store, Blick Art Supply. You know, it's very basic pan watercolors. Grumbacher is pretty good though. I like the brand, and these are kind of more of an opaque watercolor. They're not gouache, but they are opaque watercolors from Grumbacher. As you can see, there is like no more black, and I haven't ordered any replacement for these pans because apparently you can't. You can just replace the pans, the little individual pans of color. But I've been using this Cotman from a tube black. I have this little dish and I just kind of squish some of it in there, and that's where I get my black from. I'm also at times going back over to outline once everything's kind of finished, usually with Black Magic Higgins Black Magic India ink, and also Faber-Castell pens, which are also India ink. As far as paper goes, I'm using Cotman brand watercolor paper. It's 140 pound cold press. And yeah, as far as brushes go, I'm just using an assortment of synthetic soft rounds, lots of rounds of various sizes, but these are brushes that can be used with acrylic or watercolor. They're just cheapy synthetic brushes, because as I've mentioned before, I'm not that great at taking care of my brushes, so I kind of go cheapies on that. All right, so let's get to the footage, shall we? all done. I hope you liked that chaotic, kind of messy time-lapse video of me doing those two. And I had a lot of fun painting them. I love watercolor. It's kind of messy and chaotic, and that's what I love about it. I also like to rein it in afterwards with my pen and ink and a little bit of highlights and stuff. I realized that that's actually not a very traditional method of watercolor painting. It's definitely not. And you know, I'm a brute outsider artist, and I'm just experimenting over here and having a lot of fun doing it. And people tend to like some of the results I get, and I encourage people all over the world who are interested in art to do the same. Experimentation is key. You know, screw all of these conventional, you have to do it this way and that way. Do whatever works for you. Develop your own personal style, your own your creative process. As long as you're enjoying it, it makes you happy, screw the rest. That's my advice to you. I have put both of those into my Etsy shop for collection. So if you're interested in purchasing either one of those, check out my Etsy shop. It's lucidopticlab.etsy.com. I also have some new prints in there and some hand-painted teacups and lots of stickers and all sorts of stuff. So check that out if you're interested in collecting anything and supporting my art making habit. You know, there's worse habits to have, right? So yeah. I hope you enjoyed the footage and the process, and thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe and comment. I'm on vacation. Whee! I have like 11 days off from work, which is fabulous. So I'm going to be doing a lot of arting, so much arting, and also lots of couch potatoing and hermiting, and maybe a stroll through the Portland Japanese garden, and maybe I'm gonna make it out to Brighton Bush Hot Springs and a couple lunch date with friends, but mostly just hermiting and arting. So hopefully I will get caught up on doing some more videos. And if you might have noticed, I shut down my Patreon account. It is no longer a thing. I am being a little bit selfish with my personal time more and more. You know, hence less posts, shut down my Patreon, but I'm still creating and I'm still out there and I'm still here for you. And pumpkin spice chai with hemp milk. Lots of omega-3s. But I digress. My next video is going to be a sort of arty update. Get you all caught up in all of the recent paintings I finished and projects I've done and art shows I was in, and it'll also kind of be a studio tour so you can see the new level of mess that has been added to my previously messy little art studio tours. I gotta keep you apprised, right? Gotta keep you apprised of the you know, whatevers. Anyway. It was lovely chatting and hanging out and painting with y'all. Have a lovely whatevers, what have you, and Happy New Year. Much love. Mwah. Toodles.